Hello, friend. How are you doing? No, really, how are you doing? I want you to really answer that for yourself. I want you to answer as truthfully and honestly and authentically as you possibly can. I don't want you to put this down in the comments. This is just for you. You can answer in your head, or if it helps you to write something down, then go for that. I'm listening and you have my full attention. And making movement. So anyone who wanted to skip ahead can see when things are starting again. So now it's my turn to share. Today I want to talk about compassion. This is the main theme of today for me because of the opening of my channel that I talked about in yesterday's video. I've been feeling so connected to everyone, people I'm seeing out and about, people that I know and I'm being reminded of, people I've never even met. Yesterday's events really opened me up to the spectrum of human emotion on a far deeper and more expansive level than I have ever experienced. When I think about the pain and suffering that someone else might be going through, it brings me to tears. When I think about the love that's out there in the universe and I am reminded of that in some way, then it's bringing me to tears. I was listening to a beautiful song this morning whilst I was working, and there was a line in it. It was sung by a woman, and she's asking if she can take her man to heaven with her because he loves her just so very much. And just that thought that there could be that much love in two people, it was overwhelming. It was so beautiful. I'm going to cry again the next time I listen to that song, just from the memory alone. that the feeling will be there. So compassion. I think the best example of how this has manifested for me is in how I've been relating to other people. For most of my life, I've had tendencies towards OCD. I have a lot of energy and often get very excited about things, and so sort of something will come in and grab me, and then I'll just go and do it, and it's a compulsive sort of thing, and I'm kind of aware of it, but it's difficult to control sometimes. And one of the things which I did a lot when I was a kid, and still do sort of recently, is when someone's talking and they say something that triggers me, and I get all excited. I'm like, oh yeah, I've got something to share. I'm excited, and it'll just come out, and I'll interrupt them and interrupt their flow, and it's sort of, it works fine. You're going back and forth, but it took me the longest time growing up to realise that most people don't actually do that, and yeah, after yesterday's events, I've been a lot more in tune with myself and my body and my mind, and more present, and all of these things. And so this morning I go out to eat some breakfast in a shared garden space outside my flat. And there's a girl there who's just quietly reading. And I say hi, and I go and eat my breakfast, and then as I'm leaving I ask her what the book's about, and we get chit-chatting. And it turned out she was reading The Power of Now, which was one of the first spiritual book I ever read, and that really started my journey. That was about 2019, I think. Yeah. So what? 5 years ago? And she's talking and she's sharing, and I had ideas and thoughts and things I wanted to say, but all of that was coming secondary to just wanting to really just be with her and really give her the space to express herself and share. And it was just such a joy to watch her talk, and to give her this space, and not just be kind of thinking about what I wanted to say, or it's not even what you want to say. I think sometimes there's an anxiety, or there's sometimes it's excitement, but you've got lots going on, and you kind of, often when you're talking, you're just waiting for your turn to speak. But I try not to do that, but this morning was a very different feeling for me, and it was so beautiful. And then I had a completely similar moment speaking to my dad on the phone today, on a video call. Like, usually we're both quite high energy, and we have really, really good chat. So often I'm we're jumping in and saying stuff and add, this and this and this, but I just watched him with so much love, and all I wanted to do was just to give him this space, and just to, I was obviously listening to what he was saying, but it was more just his his spirit was just right there in front of me, and all I wanted to do was just watch that, that and not to interrupt it for even a moment. And it was very, meditative and very, one of the most beautiful phone calls I've ever had. So, I'll end by sharing that. So the girl I spoke to this morning, she said the book The Power of Now had been recommended to her several times by friends of hers and family, but it took her a while to actually listen and take action on that. And she told me that she'd been suffering quite a lot, and that had sort of brought her there, which when I thought about that later, when I was in a quieter moment, just the thought of her suffering like that, it just hit me in such a strong wave, and I just, my heart just burst open, and it was so intense, and I don't know what I wanted. It just hit me, and I felt it. So this is what I mean when I say I feel like my channel has really opened up much wider than it ever has before. I've been on this spiritual path for quite some time and had these sort of a series of awakening insights where you go deeper and deeper into the path and you become more connected to your body and to energy and to and understand the mind on deeper levels. But this was a real jump into compassion and love, and today was one of the happiest, most beautiful days of my life.